Alright everybody, here on Monria again, going to be swunting some Shoggoth. So let's start out here and see what we got. So we got 9.7, oops, ha, well, keep forgetting you can't sell that there, so I'm going to put that into storage for the time being. Probably should pick up a little ammo. A little short on funds today because I've been buying a lot of stuff, but so let's see. Only going to swunt for about an hour today, so buy 3 ped worth of ammo, mix those together. And I'm not wearing anything that's gonna decay. I will be using my Onyxo that'll decay a little bit, but I think honestly from the trade terminal, if you're fairly new to the game, use this Onyxo because it's a great gun for a new person, and it degrades very slowly. Okay, so starting amount. I don't have anything here, well, except for my treasure maps and that stuff, so starting out with 6.79 ped. So we'll swunt for an hour here and see what we can get. Oh, one thing to do too is when you come on to Monria, go talk to was it Angela Grayson, this one right here, and she'll give you the it's at the main crater, center of the main crater. She'll give you the Shoggoth quests, I believe, and that's right now I'm on kill 1,000, so I'm on 637 out of 1,000. But I think it starts out with like 100 or something like that. All right, and let's see. Let's look at the time here. So the session, not session time, the Entropia universe time is 1534, so we'll go to 1634, see what we can do in an hour. Get away from that turret there, because we don't want these guys killed. One of the reasons why I like sweating these Shoggoth is they don't do much damage to you at all. I mean, the average hits between 2 and 3 points. And even when they crit you, it's only around 5 points, it seems like. So that way you can hang in. You can sweat them for quite a while before you need to heal or go rest anywhere and heal. Let's see. Well, we'll start with this guy here. And I assume you know the basics of sweating. So this is solo sweating too. So you get hit a lot more. You know, so you lose your concentration a lot more. But if you're just starting out to sweating, as boring as it might be, it's a great thing to do. Just to build skills. I mean, you build like evade, courage. I've seen combat reflexes, dexterity, athletics, concentration, and tons of other skills, including your sweat gatherer skill, which I'm not sure exactly how that helps you yet. I've heard that it doesn't do anything for you, or doesn't do much for you. It gives you a fancy title, but so and set up your solo mate, and you can either attach them to hotkeys, or I just can't leave them right here in the middle, so they're easy to switch out. Because these guys, they generally only carry about 10 units of sweat on each one, it seems like. And you can sweat that off them fairly quickly. But as you can see, I mean, when they hit you, the worst thing that happens is usually you lose your concentration, but do 2.5 points of damage. And I also use a pistol just as a finisher, because it uses up about half of the ammo that my rifle uses up. Now, one thing I haven't tried doing yet is is selling the sweat that I get here. On Monria anyway. I would assume you probably just go back to the hub and go to the trade center there, and so I can't acquire any more sweat, so then I switch over to my gun. Usually takes just 2 shots to put them down with that, so not too shabby for a noob. Yeah, looks like we got somebody over there working on his skills. One thing I like to do too, just so you don't get swarmed, is pick one on the outside of the lot and pull them away. Now, I heard there's a sweating circle usually here on Monria. I've never been to it yet, but it is apparently at the 3rd tunnel teleporter here in the caves. So, or the cave 3 teleporter. Might go check it out here, but for right now, I'm gonna do this. Looks like that guy might be on me here. Nope. I mean, another reason I like to swamp these guys here is it's right next to the your main, in the main crater, just right next to the teleporter hub, which is nice. All right, well, since they're ganging up on me, weed them out a little bit here. But I would assume on Monria, should be able to get around 2 ped per 1,000 for your sweat. When I get a couple thousand units built up, I'll go find out. So anyway, I will let you go here. I'm going to leave the video running just in case something cool happens, but otherwise I will check back with you in an hour, and we'll run back to the trader there and see where we're setting, if we're ahead on ped or if we're behind on ped. Okay, just a quick note here: if you're sweating these Shoggoth, watch out for the nascent ones. They do a little more damage, about twice as much damage it seems like as any of the other ones so far. So just something to keep a heads up on if you're doing this. Okay, well, since I'm so low on health here again, rather than waste the time during this hour, I think I will do a little hunting just because, till my health builds back up. I mean, because these things here are so easy to hunt. I mean, rarely do you take much damage to bring one down, even as a new person. Now, there's definitely a different mindset to playing Entropia Universe over like Warcraft or any other game, really. I think it's more of a long-term plan you have for your character, you know, developing them, and for me it is anyway. That allows me to, I mean, my overall plan with Entropia is to be here quite a while and get a nice foothold in Entropia Universe with some stuff. But since I've only been playing about a month, it seems like a long ways off. Seems like I got a long ways to go to get the skills that I need to get the financial structure in place in the game. But like like in Warcraft, in a matter of 2 or 3 weeks, I mean, you can have a maxed out character with great stuff. Whereas, and what is your reward in Warcraft? I mean, you have a nice mount and have a nice, some nice armor, nice weapons. But really, there's nothing you can do with them beyond that. Whereas in this game, there's always the chance when you get your character built up of hitting the big score with, if you're doing one of the events, hitting some nice loot somewhere. Not knocking Warcraft, I played that for a long time and enjoyed it. But it got to be kind of cookie cutter after a while. It felt like still the big boy on the block when it comes to MMOs. Let's see what time it is real quick here. 16:31. So I just got a few minutes left. So I suppose I'll hunt my way back to where I started. And as far as selling sweat on Monria goes, looks like the market here is wide open too. I think there's a lot of opportunity for you to come to Monria, set up a whatever kind of business you want here, and sell your goods to the people. Because I've been here the whole time, and I haven't seen any announcements on the trade channel yet. Which could be good or bad, I guess. But I tend to look at it as an open market, a place where you can come and sell your wares, because you definitely see people running around, and all these people, I'm sure, need your oils and your hides and your sweat, various things like that. All right, so it was about an hour. Well, one thing I did have to do too is I ran back real quick and dropped off my DLP packs, because you tend to get a lot of those in your drops. So, well, apparently you can't sell it when you're holding it. Alright, so I started out with 679 PED as the investment in this hunt. Didn't have any decay because I didn't use anything that isn't in this for decay. Didn't use my healer, didn't use anything like that, my Vivo. So that's 611. So 679 minus 611 is 660, or I mean is 68.68 PED loss so far. But the sweat at 115. So if I sell it for 2 PED per 1,000, that's 20 PEC there. Let's say 22 PEC. So 40, basically a 48 PEC loss for for this little adventure. Which now it doesn't take into consideration the skills that were built, because I mean tons of skills got built up over this hour of working. So anyway, it's just developing your avatar, it seems like, is the key in this game, and it's a totally different mindset than most games. That's what I like so much about it. I've heard that this game isn't for everybody, and that's definitely true. But I think everybody should give it a try, because it's a very different kind of game. I definitely like it a lot. And I usually have the graphics dialed down too when I'm playing, just so I can see fruit and stuff. Because a lot of times when you're sweating, fruit appears right next to you. Fruit and stones and dung, stuff like that. And sweating too. 1 hour of sweating produced 115 bottles of sweat. When you're sweating in a group, you'll get a lot more sweat than that. I mean, you'll probably get, depending on how many's in your group and what you're sweating, you'll probably get 500-600 bottles of sweat an hour. Which, sweating's hard work, no doubt about that. But it's one of the best ways in game to get that initial amount of ped that you need to start developing your character, to build your financial structure in game. Because you definitely want to, or I think anyway, rather than depositing each month and then losing that money in a little bit of hunting here, a little bit of crafting there, a little bit of mining there. If you are going to deposit, definitely buy things that are going to produce income for you, like buy a quad wing, so you can do some taxiing back and forth. Buy deeds. I mean, I finally got my deeds squared away. I got 80 Arcadia Underground deeds. I had bought 50 last week when there's so many troubles with the web store, so I'm missing the income from the additional 50 that I had over the last since 125. So from right here on, I'm missing the income of those additional 50 deeds that I had. But good thing about it, took their helpline a little while to get it squared away, but they got it squared away for me, and partially is my problem, because I put it under my case that I opened up was under general deposit, the general deposit category, when it should have been under a different category apparently, because tons of stuff gets put into the general deposit category. So it'll be interesting to see what these 80 deeds produce. But my whole plan is to use this money that I got there and the money that I get from Entropia Partners to buy more of these deeds in game. It's been a couple days since I've checked on the auction to see what the Arcadia Underground deeds were going for, but they were going for between 80 and 100 ped last time I looked, a few days ago. And still worthwhile investment, because you want to develop this passive income stream to help build up your character in game. So if you're going to deposit, buy these things, or buy one of their starter packs too. Their starter kits are pretty good. That's what I did at first, and that's how I got this Harrier set, which isn't fantastic, but it's pretty good. Better than a poke in the eye, I suppose. And you get a ton of ammo. You get a ton of those boxes, the strong boxes. And from the strong boxes, I got didn't do too bad. I got these Ares ring, which is fine, and this Artemic ring, and just got and some pets and various odds and ends. Worked out pretty good. I got, let's see here, the Mind Force implant, and it came with a chip. Maybe came with, no, I think I bought the teleporter chip, but it came with this attack nano chip and some mind essence, various stuff like that. Still not sure what you're supposed to do with a cocktail. Worth nothing. Well, let's check the... but it's 1403 PED, whatever. Let's see what also came with. I don't have it on me. I have it in storage on Calypso, but it came with another vehicle. If you want this Arctic truck and this Arctic helicopter, just go through that Hunt the Thing quest on Rocktropia. Super easy quest. Easy to finish up there. So anyway, let's look at a couple other things here. So 672, what did I start out at? I started like 637 out of 1,000 when I started the quest. So basically I'm down 0.48 PED, 48 PEC. But I did build up skills and other stuff like that. So if one thing that doesn't count as well, didn't think about that to tell you, but I mean, like on the animal hide, I was just going off the total trade terminal value, whereas there's a markup of 142%, for this animal hide. So probably actually didn't lose all that much, in the end. So anyway, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you like H.P. Lovecraft, he wrote a ton of great horror stories if you haven't read any of his stuff. And if you are an H.P. Lovecraft fan, go to Monria.com. I'll put the link below so you can log in and start playing a character on Monria.